We're talking about the Des Moines Arts Festival all week long because it is such a big deal, big event happening here in Des Moines. End of this week, Jackie, when things will be all getting going.
Absolutely, but we love to highlight some of the incredible artists, because I think a lot of times when you think of artists, you might think of painters or different things like that, but there's so many unique Iowa artists that we have that we want to make sure you're highlighted, and so you know why you need to head to the Des Moines Arts Festival this weekend, because not only can you see their wares, you can meet the artists like we are this morning. So I want to say good morning to Mitchell Spain. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So you have Mitchell Spain Ceramics.
Yep.
That's your art. That's your craft.
That's me.
How long have you been doing ceramics?
I've been doing it since high school, but really full on about 9 years.
Okay. Why ceramics?
Yeah.
I have a very artistic family, and so a lot of them do a lot of painting, drawing, woodworking, and things like that. And I guess it was one thing that hadn't been done yet.
You're like, what else could I do in the art world?
Yeah, and so I took a class in high school, but then took some time off and did it in college, and it just hooked me. And I've been, I got my BFA and Bachelor of Fine Arts in ceramics, and then went on to get my
Really? That exists?
I didn't know that.
BFA in ceramics.
Where'd you go to school?
The University of Iowa, and then I got my Master of Fine
that.
Arts at University of Kansas. So.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. So obviously ceramics a beautiful artwork, but you went a little rustic and a little different. You're not just throwing a pot and saying, here you go. You're doing something a little bit different.
Right, yep. So I grew up in Iowa, rummaging through old barns, and when I started in clay, just kind of made what I know.
You made what you knew. I like that.
So
I like that.
The stuff that we're going to see here.
You know a lot of grain belt.
Yeah, right.
The stuff we're going to see here are some items that you probably ran across while rummaging through barns, but you didn't put them in pristine condition. I think that's the thing that's really neat. You put them in the condition that you found them in.
Right, yep.
Which is more realistic.
Yeah.
But these are new items.
Yep, they're all new. They're basically just clay and glaze, you know, a lot of patience. And so like the rust glaze that I make is actually just a glaze that I've been formulating for about 9 years. I still tweak it every now and then.
It looks like it's a rusty can.
So it's a rust glaze.
Yep, yep. So it's just a rust that I sponge on, and then the labels are all just ceramic decals. So I create them in Photoshop and print them off on a special printer, and then they're applied to the surface, and they turn into glaze as well when I fire them again. So.
And you don't just make regular straight mugs. You have some straight mugs here, like you see the grain belt, looks like a beer can that is rusted at the top and the bottom, like which would be if it was in a condition now and you found it in a barn. But I'm going to grab your mug here, and I want to just show you some of the detail on this one here because I was really impressed. I'm going to hold this up for camera one. For those people that remember this oil filter, Jackie, this oil filter has a grip bottom here, and it gives you the little areas here where you can hang on to it, and this feels just like the grip on a Fram oil filter. Go ahead and feel that, how different that is.
And then the handle is a little oil filter wrench as well, and so I kind of incorporate little things like that. And then
this little details like this is what really makes this stand out from everything else that is out there.
So you take from things you found. Like you said, you used to, kind of like a lot of us back in the day, we enjoyed going into old barns and seeing what we could find. You found like old signs, cans, things like that, and that inspired you.
Yep, yeah, and then, you know, and I make a lot of different forms as well, and so like the flasks with I actually created a process to make threaded ceramics, which is pretty rare.
So you created that whole piece?
Yep, yep. So everything is threaded on that, so it's all porcelain, and there's little seals in the top, so they're fully functional.
So that's a functional flask.
Yep.
That is so cool.
I love it. Well, I think there's some of us that always have a little bit of rust in our heart that we enjoy seeing those classic signs and labels and things like that, and those are really worth something. But you're able to recreate that, and I thought you just slapped a label on there. I didn't think you actually created that.
Yep,
flask.
everything's from scratch, and you know I get all the time. You know, someone said that, like that's their grandpa's beer.
Right.
Heck,
you know, and that's there's people now that still drink the grain belt.
I saw somebody buying some last week, as a matter of fact, and I said, they still make that?
Yeah. But that's why I do it, you know, because a lot of times at these art festivals, you know, someone comes in and said, you know, I have great memories of my grandpa let me sip his beer sitting on his lap, and
Yeah.
just that emotional connection is, a huge part of why I do
Now,
it.
where do you get your ideas for the different pieces that you create? Is it all from your own mind, or do you take suggestions from other people?
I take suggestions sometimes. It also depends, like if I'm doing a art festival in a different city or something, so I kind of do like something local from that area.
Right.
But a lot of times, I look at Google Images a lot of old cans and through old books of catalogs of old cans and kind of just take what speaks to me.
It's amazing what technology can do to take us back to something that was classic from our childhood or our memories. But you mentioned that you enjoy hearing the stories and the memories that people share with you. And we heard from Stephen King yesterday that he said that's why this festival is so unique and fun, not only the size and the amount of people it brings in, but not only are you looking at incredible different pieces of art, you're able to meet the artist. How much do you enjoy when people can actually come up and talk to you about what you create?
Oh, I love it. It's a lot different clicking a print label on the computer to ship it, and so you can actually get a connection and see why they're buying the piece, and it's just really special to have that connection.
The story that goes behind what they're purchasing.
Yeah, like I make an Iron City beer label a few years ago. I made one, and a gentleman came and bought one, and his great-great-grandfather started Iron City Brewery. And so those stories are just incredible.
You could probably see his eyes light up
story.
and be like, wait a minute, how did you do that? Well, people are going to be able to share those memories, those stories with you coming up this weekend. So talk about how you're involved with Des Moines Arts Festival.
Well, I'm lucky enough. This is my 3rd year at the Des Moines Art Festival. I was selected again. So
Okay, where's your booth going to be located?
it's on the south side of Grand Avenue, booth 29.
29. Okay. Well, we know there's going to be lots of people heading downtown. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend for you to head out to the Des Moines Arts Festival. Remember, it costs nothing to go and attend and look at this incredible artwork, meet the artist, but hopefully you bring a few dollars so you can pick up one of these amazing items as well. June 28th through the 30th. More details, complete listing of all the things that are going on, including musical performances and an opportunity to paint the streets, things like that. Des Moines Arts Festival.org. Do you have a specific thing you're looking forward to coming up this weekend?
Just being at the booth and talking with everyone.
Yeah.
So stop on by.
And if people aren't able to make it this weekend or they want more details on you specifically, is there a place they can go?
Just my website, mitchellspainceramics.com.
Okay, wonderful.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
That's
unique.
as I say,
Very unique.
you're bringing back memories for me right now, so I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us
No
today.
problem. Thank you.